Welcome to the Elevate Life Project with your host, Michael Cohan. At the Elevate Life Project, we are dedicated to inspiring people to achieve their goals and live their dreams to their highest potential. Aim higher. Elevate your life.
Let me ask you something to start today's episode. How much time do you spend reading, researching, watching videos, listening to podcasts, trying to figure things out? Be honest with yourself for a second. Are you someone who loves learning, loves consuming information, loves personal development, but somehow your life hasn't actually changed that much? You feel inspired, maybe even motivated for a moment. But when you look at your real world results, your relationship, your health, your career, your confidence, it feels like you're stuck in the same place. If that sounds familiar, well, you're not alone. And more importantly, it's not because you're incapable, it's because information alone doesn't change anything. Action does. Here's the hard truth most of us don't want to hear. Nothing changes until your behavior changes. You can read every self-help book ever written. You can journal for hours. You can visualize success until the picture in your mind is crystal clear. You can repeat affirmations until your voice gets hoarse. And none of it will matter if your actions stay the same. You might feel better temporarily. You might feel hopeful. You might even feel like you're working on yourself. But if nothing is actually happening in your life, then all that mental effort is just mental gymnastics. Think about it. How is it that approach really working for you? Are things really materially different? Are you healthier, happier, more fulfilled? Or are you just better at explaining why you should be those things someday? Action is the only thing that changes lives, period. You have to do something for something to happen. Nothing happens until you act. You cannot wish your way into a new body, a meaningful relationship, financial freedom, or a business you love. You can't visualize your way to a plate of food when you're hungry. You can't manifest a car into your driveway without first doing something. Earning money, researching options, making a purchase. Visualization can help guide your action, sure. Mindset can support action, but neither replace it, unless you're telekinetic. And if you are, please call me or email me. You can't even move a paperclip across your desk without taking action. That's how the physical world works. The bigger the change you want in your life, the bigger, or at least more consistent, the action you'll need to take. Small dreams require small action. Big dreams require sustained, uncomfortable, sometimes scary action. There's no way around it. And here's another thing that trips people up. It's not what you can do that matters. It's what you actually do that counts. You might not be incredibly capable. You might be smart, talented, creative, and full of potential. But potential doesn't produce results. Capability doesn't automatically translate into outcomes. All capability does is give you options. And having options isn't the same as choosing one and acting on it. A lot of people hide behind potential. I can do this. I could do that. I know how this works. But knowing and doing are two completely different things. The world doesn't reward what you can do. It responds to what you actually do repeatedly over time. Now, your beliefs and values and thoughts absolutely matter, but not in the way most people think. They don't have magical powers on their own. Their power comes from how they influence your behavior. If you believe you're capable, confident, and worthy, you're more likely to take bold action. If you believe you're not good enough, not smart enough, or destined to fail, your behavior will result in that too. Same world, same opportunities, different action. Ask yourself some honest questions here. Do you believe failure is something to learn from or something to avoid at all costs? Do you believe most people are inherently good or inherently out to get you? Do you value safety more than growth? Comfort more than adventure? Do you think about your goals with excitement or with dread and self doubt? None of these beliefs directly change your reality, but they absolutely change the choices you make, the risks you take, and the actions you avoid. And that brings us to something incredibly important. The law of averages on your side. If you're willing to act, if your dream is to learn the piano, you can do it. Not because you're special, because practice works. A professional pianist might play a piece better than you. That doesn't mean you can't play. It just means they've taken more action over a longer period of time. Every time you act, you get a result. It might not be the result you really want, but it's a result. And results create feedback. Feedback creates improvement. Improvement creates momentum. If you keep taking action long enough, eventually the odds tilt in your favor. That's how progress actually happens. On the flip side, when you do nothing, you always fail. Not sometimes, always. No action guarantees no results. Action also creates potential in ways thinking can. When you act, you learn things you can never learn by reading alone. You meet people you never would have. Opportunities show up that you couldn't have planned for. Doors open because you're moving. The first step creates the next step. But if you're still standing, nothing appears. Think about your own life. You've already proven things to yourself countless times. Your life changed when you started school, when you switched schools, when you made new friends, when you changed jobs, when you altered your diet, when you committed to a fitness routine. None of these things happened because you thought about them harder. They happened because your behavior changed. This is where a lot of people get stuck. They think they need more information, more clarity, more confidence, more certainty. But confidence comes after action, not before. Clarity comes through action, not through overthinking. Certainty is something we invent as an excuse to stay comfortable. You can't just accumulate knowledge and expect your life to transform. You can't daydream your way into fulfillment. You can't plan forever and call it progress. At some point, you have to do new things, especially when they feel uncomfortable, awkward, or imperfect. So let me leave you with this. When your behavior changes, your life changes. Not eventually, not magically, but inevitably. The real question isn't whether action works. It does. The real question is, how do you want your life to change? And more importantly, what are you willing to do to make that change happen? Next time? Next month? Not when you feel ready? Not when everything lines up perfectly. What can you do today? One action, one step, one decision that moves you forward. Because the moment you start moving, things start happening, and that's where real change begins. Thank you for listening, and remember, as always, aim higher and elevate your life.
Thank you for listening to the Elevate Life Project. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you like our show, please write us a review. By writing us a review, you will help raise our profile so more people can find our show. Links to our sponsors and other tools can be found in our show notes, along with other useful information. For more information on our coaching classes, please visit our website at elevatelifeproject.com and sign up for our newsletter. Remember, aim higher, elevate your life.
Wait.